All right, today I am vlogging and I'm taking you on my morning walk, or a part of it at least, and I'm just going to talk. I don't really have an agenda today. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm Patricia Brooks, and I am an American living in the south of France and have been for close to 7 years now. And on my channel, I talk about moving abroad, life in France, and how to find that confidence and courage to live the kind of life you know you want to, even though you might be afraid. And I help people, in fact, find that confidence and courage so that they can live their dream of living in a foreign country. And as I said today, I'm just going to come take you on my morning walk. Decided to take a little bit of a detour to a place that every single day. This is a place that I found 3 years ago, maybe. And when there is some rain or lots of rain, this rock formation is a beautiful waterfall. But we are in a drought, so there hasn't been a waterfall here for a little while. And the waterfall would come down through here, and then the stream would run down through there, but it's pretty dry. We did have some rain last night, however, and I was surprised to come out of my apartment and see that the pavement was wet. A little bit more surprised to feel a little bit of drizzle that I am sorely unprepared for, although I think it's clearing. I don't have a jacket even, because even though it's the end of October, it's October 22nd as I record this, it's pretty mild, and I feel comfortable in the sweater that I am wearing. So I love to go on my morning walk. It is a habit that I have had for many, many years now. I'm not sure when I started it, but definitely back in the States. Definitely before, I think, started doing Weight Watchers back in 2012. I know that I had that as a habit. I remember had my morning walk, and then when I was at work, I decided I was going to take a walk as a break, a couple of times around the building, parking lot, for like a 20-minute walk or something like that. And I did that kind of in protest because, at work, you're supposed to get your lunch break and then your 2 15-minute breaks. But unless you're a smoker, you typically didn't take them. It was just something that you just kind of worked through, or at least I did. And to cope with my day at work and not really wanting to be there, at some point I decided I wanted to do something else, but needed to pay the bills and, still hadn't figured out what my next step would be or how I'd be able to finance it. And so I decided to go on a walk during my break. And, if it was a hard day, I'd go on 2 of these walks. And it just became a habit. And then when I started doing Weight Watchers, I decided I was going to up the ante because I wanted to lose weight a little faster. And I signed up for a karate class. And that was an incredible experience. I did that for 2 or 3 years, maybe a little bit longer. And I was in the best physical shape of my life. And it made me recognize that I could accomplish a lot of things I didn't think that I could. Growing up, I was not into sports. And that was not something that any of my family was into. And so I didn't see myself as a person who was into sports or could do sports. But, doing the karate for the 3 or 4 years that I did and getting to a purple belt and really feeling in shape, that changed things for me. So anyway, walking has been a habit for me for quite a long time, and I think that I have gained and grown from this practice. It has allowed me to accomplish a lot as well. And there's usually not a dog there. It's a cat there, but not usually a dog there. Anyway, it has allowed me to accomplish a lot. It has allowed me to lose 75 pounds. It has allowed me to maintain that weight loss. It has allowed me to come to France with a good base of the French language, because when I decided I was going to be living in a French-speaking country, I started doing the Pimsleur method. And the Pimsleur method is an audio program that I would listen to. It's 30-minute lessons, and I would listen to that on my morning walk, and I would repeat the prompts, and I did that before I moved to France. And that helped me learn the French language. Now, sometimes on my morning walk, when I am not filming a vlog and breathing heavily into the microphone as I climb this hill, I listen to Spanish Pimsleur to improve my Spanish. And so walking has allowed me to do that. And on other days, when I just want to take in the beauty and be in nature, it allows me to get quiet and be. And in that quietness, I will sometimes hear something that I need to do or something I need to stop doing. And in the spring, I wasn't walking, but in the silence, in the early morning silence, I heard something that I should do. And I was planning this retreat with the members of the Carefree Expat Incubator Program. And it came to me that since people are interested or were interested in meetups and getting together in person, I decided that I was going to create a workshop, a paid workshop for people who weren't a part of my program or may not have been a part of my program, but who wanted to come to Valencia, Spain and learn about how to become a happy and healthy expat. And so that is what has transpired over 2 weeks ago in Valencia, Spain. And it was a tremendous experience. So being able to be still, be quiet, and hear or listen or feel what your next steps are or should be is powerful. And walking quietly when I'm not doing Pimsleur, when I'm not recording a vlog, when I'm in nature, I can tap into that. And I call that intuition. I know it's intuition. It's that voice, that thing inside me, that compass that guides me and gives me signs of where I should go, what I should do, steps I should take, things I shouldn't do. It really can be challenging to listen to that voice. Challenging to hear it first off, but it can be challenging to listen to it and trust it because it's not often logical. And I credit my intuition for the life that I have now living in France. It was purely that. It was not a rational or logical decision that made me shut down my life in the US and start up my new one in France. And I spent the last 2.5 years writing my third book, which the second draft is completed, and I am now working to figure out how to get a literary agent. I'm reading the book, get signed to learn that whole process, because one of the things that I enjoy in life is learning and growing and taking on new challenges, things that will stretch me, like the karate. That was something I really wasn't sure I could do. But then when I got a taste of it, I wanted to go further and further. So now this third book is all about, why I turned my life so upside down, so completely, to live in a country that only got on my radar a few years earlier. And I explore the ins and outs of that. And so I'm excited for that. Hopefully in 2025 that will come out, or hopefully in 2025. This is what I hope for 2025, is that I will find an agent that is a good agent for me, who will help me to find a good publishing house that is good for all of us, and that will get this book traditionally published, and then I will have achieved this goal that I have set for myself now. It's really anchored. Initially, earlier this year, I thought, yeah, maybe I could do this, and I had my doubts. I was worried, about the rejection that I probably will face, but I feel like I am strong enough now to move through that rejection and live or experience this challenge that I am looking to achieve. I feel that I'm at a point where I'm ready to deal with rejection. I've learned to deal with rejection in sales. It's not always fun. It's not always easy, but I move forward and I'm stronger for it. And so this test will make me even stronger. So there's that. I'm going to be quiet for a minute and catch my breath and let you just see the sights that I'm seeing. Hello, cuckoo. That is my friend, who I actually write about in my book, who gave me, this is a couple years ago, he was working his land, and I would pass him every day, and I'd see him working his land, and one day, I think this was before I started helping him with his land, he offered me some tomatoes that he'd grown. And to me, that was a pivotal moment for me where I felt really connected to this place, like I belonged here. Just having connections and meeting people and feeling accepted, like, is a big part of what I came to France for, though I didn't know it. I'm a homebody, have introvert tendencies, pretty independent, but at the end of the day, I'm human, and I like those human connections and feeling like a part of a community. So I think these arrows on the ground are for a run. I don't know if it was a 5K or a 10K that happened on Sunday, actually, a couple of days ago. and came, I guess, through the woods and then down into the center of town. A little bit of footage of that. I was having coffee, tea with my friend Jordy, and that happened to be going on at the same time. Didn't know it that was going on, but Sunday morning, bright and early. This is a little area. There's a fountain. I think sometimes they have a fire here. The leaves here in the fall, they turn, but it's typically just yellow. Like you see these turning here. It's one of the things I miss about being in Virginia and, or seeing even the New England foliage. I went to university there, and the falls there, the autumns there were just spectacular. And here, like I said, the leaves do change, but it's typically just yellow. So it's a little less impressive, but you can't have it all. I spoke about my habit of walking, and I have others, but they haven't been as long-lasting or anchored as my walking practice has. For about 2.5 years, I played my flute every single day. And I recently, over the last couple of months, kind of dialed that back a lot. And there was a time when if I missed a day, I felt, oh, something's really missing here. And I think I had the hope of, practicing and getting better and better so that I could join a group. And I asked a lot of people if they knew of a group that was looking for a flutist. And maybe I just needed to find some stray musicians, and create my own group. But that's more work for me. So the last couple of months, I practiced 3 times a week, and now it's been a couple of weeks since I picked up my flute. I was on vacation or at that retreat, and when I came back, I was exhausted. And then yesterday I thought, oh, Patricia, you haven't played in a couple of weeks. And while I miss it, and when I do play, I get joy out of it, I think I stopped because I wasn't realizing the goal that I wanted, and that was to play with other people, to play with other musicians, and kind of got disappointed. So that is less of a habit for me, as you have heard. Haven't played in a couple weeks, not a habit at all, I guess. But I come back to habits because I'm curious about what habits that you have that have anchored you, that have helped you to be who you are today. Maybe achieve certain things or just be more at peace with yourself. I think habits have a way of doing that. In my last video, I spoke about routine and how it's good to have a routine and good to have habits. And when the habits start to be something that you feel obligated to, then it's time to reassess. And I think that's kind of what happened with my flute playing. Not that I felt obligated to do it, but it just stopped having the meaning or the purpose that I initially had. And that's not to say that I won't pick it up again, because I thoroughly enjoy it. It's a meditation of sorts, and hearing myself get better and better. And then just the sound of the music and the flute is amazing to me. It's little exercise for my brain as well. But what habits do you have that have anchored you? And how have they helped you? Let me know in the comments. Absolutely love these pine trees, although it looks like they're dying from the drought. I love the way the bark looks. It's just, it looks like art to me. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I am back in Centreville, and it's gonna probably get a little noisier. So I am going to wrap it up here. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing a little taste of my life. Started vlogging a few months ago and was hesitant to do it because, you know, what about seeing my daily life is that interesting? But some of you enjoy it, so I decided to continue from time to time. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to share it with friends, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts about your habits and how they have helped you to expand, grow, be the kind of person that you are now. All right, that's all for now. Take care. See you next time.